kind of music? How would you describe it?
My part of it is sort of like a folk Appalachian. And my words come from the study of spirituality and the Tibetan Book of the Dead and you know, any kind of spiritual writing that I can find. And those songs were written over a period of like 30 years. And I continued to hone them down, take out verses, get them to their purest point, saying just what I want them to say. And at this point, then I just turned them over to Greg. And he rearranged
he does orchestration.
The music and tells me, okay, when you get to this beat, then you sing, and then you sing to here. And I had never taken instructions before from anyone, really. But I love his ideas, so I said, okay, I'll do whatever you say. And so within a period of about 2 months, we created 12 songs. And now we're about to start working on 12 more.
Wow. So what's your intention here as you sing these songs? What are you trying to relax people? You're trying to, what do you? I mean, it's different from a pop song.
Yeah. Okay. I want to get into a space that is just above their heads. Okay. Like just the stream of unconscious, the stream of consciousness. Okay. That's kind of where I want to lead people to, so that they can be in that space themselves. They discover their own stuff there, floating, because we've all got it. Yeah. And you know, I'm trying to reach something.
Well, you play instruments as well.
With just one or two.
Okay.
Strings, something with strings.
Right. So you obviously, I would assume you have some kind of background in music.
No.
With strings? No.
Painting. I'm a painter.
Oh, you're a painter.
Yeah.
So what made you go? Well, after you learned the songs, what made you go to using an instrument for enhancement?
Well, that started about 30 years ago also, when I found a homemade banjo. It had been made out of a chair, and I found it and started, you know, using it to pluck on, so that I could accompany myself a little bit. And I just know the basic things: boom chick, rolling. You know, I just whatever helps me move the song along, and it's all open tuning. So that I don't know, I have the notes taped to my banjo, because after all these years I still don't know what note's what. It's sort of like a dyslexia.
Okay.
So,
yeah. But you're doing this now for a while, and you seem that you have an intention to do it some more. You have an agenda for the future?
Well, it's a plan, a loose plan, which is to continue and thrive. Okay. And to do that, I need to continue to like pull up material from the past and make sure it fits with my future self and my current self, and so that I'm making a whole being out of my life, and I'm not just, I did something in, I'm doing something there, but it feels like a continuum.
So do you have a stage name, or you use your own name?
I just use my own name.
Yeah. What if somebody was trying to contact you for, let's say, an in-home party or something? How would they?
It'd have to be a very strange party if you want me to come and play. But you would look under or you would look at LizDowningArt.com. Okay. And on there is my paintings, some films. A way to get to all my different pages and to contact me personally.
Well, this was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Could you tell us your name?
Well, hello everybody. I'm Dolly Parton.
And your real name? You play Dolly.
I'm Sarah Jacklin.
Sarah Jackson. Sarah, you play Dolly Parton. What do you like about Dolly Parton?
I love Dolly. Dolly is like, I think she's she helped me understand that femininity is drag. I think that when I was a little girl, I really loved Dolly Parton, and I loved everything about femininity that was extra to anything that is actually about, you know, what you're given with at birth. It's all the extra stuff about femininity that I really love.
What about the Southern drawl?
Well, you know, my father is one of 9 children, and my grandparents moved the family down to Tennessee and Alabama when my father was already in college, so all of his brothers and sisters that came behind him, they all speak with Southern drawls. Half my family is Southern. So, you know, actually my whole family is pretty Southern. I just lucked out and stayed in the North.
So what kind of reactions have you been having as you play this? I notice people ask you questions.
Well, it's been very nice. It's been nice not to be recognized with all this extra. With all this extra, it's nice to go in. It's nice to not be recognized, and you know, it's been very nice. They asked me some very probing questions, and I like to be very honest. I like to be honest, and I like to be approachable.
Okay. So, are you going to be continuing this Dolly Parton exercise for some time?
I mean, I hope this is actually one. I'm an actress. I've worked with a few companies, small companies, experimental companies in Baltimore, and this is actually one of my first real solo performance pieces. And so maybe I'm using Dolly a little bit as a crutch right now because she's got an interesting voice and she's got an interesting persona to just get into. But I'd like to keep her and maybe get a better wig.
Would you like to take a swing so I could? There she is.
shine on our mothers and daughters. In that bright and buoyant, glistening, glimmering, twinkling radiance, the waters that run from land to land come seeping and forging between the trees that bend but will not break. But nothing comes between us. Mountains of rivers and creeks that fill, blades of grass touch the sky. Slices of the moon, day, sun, smoldering sun smile on the waters of the Father and the Son. Where at the depth of its ocean bottom leaves to unearth earth, embedded in the deep, dark, rich soil of unguarded meadows. Mothers and daughters run to hold the milk blue clouds. Waves and streams of spring-like green, drifting down sprinkling pours of misty dew. Rain and mounds of moon, this twilight before the midnight stars, swollen in and caressingly, bring in the out, low and slow of the seas and flowing a bellow, bowing to the smooth, wide morning breeze. Everything is revealed. In our broad graves and unbridled bounty, but laying vulnerable from the hard, charging, wet, long, gloomy wind, thrust from gulfs of lusty lips, clouding puckers in sifting tap sap, sprouting maple-like, thick, gooey, soft, but hard, falling, sticky tears of joy and faith. Historic tangled tributaries, meandering wild and bewildering spaces of unknown places of the unwanted. Wanting, waiting and wilding in flooded, swirling pools, circling in slow motion, but moving beyond the speed of sound, making us lightheaded and weakly, bowing and bending and bowing again, then again, forcing choke swallows, gobbling up new and old, dance, drooling, slobbering, weaving memories, sliding through the slide, sleep stillness. The drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. Cries after cries after cries after cries after cries. Ladies born from broken lands, from mothers born from screeching yells and moaning minds, bound to bosom, sprung from seeds of blooming, blossoming flowers, growing strong. Bound to all, bound to all, the waters that run.
Bashi Rose.
Michele Blu.
Okay. What do you call your performance?
I call our performance African,
Okay.
disco, diasporic-inspired improvisation.
I call it spiritual.
Okay, so there are several things going on here. We have you in the drums, she in the spiritual realm, and the gentleman
Mitchell Ferguson
talking about slavery. The concept is a combination of things. So what's the overall intent here?
Well, just to give you a little bit of history of Mr. Ferguson's poem. So he's my theater mentor. So back in the 90s, as he was like teaching me theater, eventually we wrote an entire play called Locks and Links. And that poem is from that play, right? Dealing with the black male experience from a young man's perspective and an older black man's perspective. Okay. And so that poem is paying homage to Mother Earth, to the indigenous people, you know what I'm saying, who unfortunately, acts of genocide were committed against. And so that's what he's paying homage to, and he's also paying homage to us and our ability, despite the transatlantic slave trade, capitalism, white supremacy, we're still here, still maintained. You know what I'm saying? We're still embracing Mother Earth, and the waters are still running.
Okay, so how do you come up with the concept to put that poem into the performance you just did with the drums and Michele, the spiritual?
So the process is, so I use the term African diasporic improvisation, right, because our aesthetic is primarily based on improvisation, especially with the music, right? We have ideas, we have feelings, we bring everything to the table, and we just play, right? So we brought that component together, her on the bowls, myself on the drums, and then Mitchell, who already had the poem already written, but the way he's performing it is in a totally different context.
Give you the inspiration.
Yeah. So it's all basically.
We actually fed off each other. Yeah. We inspired each other. So we actually took us 9 minutes to put this thing together. It wasn't rehearsed. We literally just came together and.
Yeah, we just had we put together a structure and the transitions, and that was it. Okay.
Now help me understand. When did you get her into the act? Because I'm looking at the poetry, I'm looking at the instrumentality and things, and then here comes the spiritual aspect.
Well, I'll start off introducing her, and then she'll take it from there. But she is a kinetic yoga instructor. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She is also, I consider her to be also a vessel, man, and a healer. You know what I'm saying, organically. And on top of that, she has the skill sets to share it with folk. So she's always touching and healing folk. You know what I'm saying? So
we brought that all together. it just was a natural collaboration, just my love for music and spirituality and just connecting with our ancestors. And when we share this space, it just shows up. It's all organic. We don't have to rehearse. We just bring what we have and collaborate to the table, and it's just magical.
And there's a tradition of that in this country. Like, so I'm strongly influenced by free jazz. You know what I'm saying? And jazz to me is people of African descent in the Western Hemisphere. To me, having the ability, right, to create an art form, to me, that's on a modern level, that's comparable to what our ancestors did in ancient Kenya or ancient Egypt, right? And this is what they did musically, right? And so we feel like with that model, like she said, it allows us to communicate with our ancestors who are always present. You know, in Western civilization, like capitalism, we're always in that rat race.
And it also allows us to communicate with one another and those outside of us, as you saw tonight. Mm-hmm. So we continue to
channel that
communicate, channel that energy without.
Well, I see a lot of fashion in your.
So also I have a crafting line, Blue Treasure. So yes, this is some of my pieces that I'm wearing and that Bashi is wearing as well. And Ferguson as well tonight. Those are all my pieces. So that's also part of what I do. And I'm inspired by our ancestors. As you see, I just love that energy, and I love to share it through our music and our performance.
What I saw here tonight.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Such a pleasure. pleasure. Yes.